You look at Portland, their season's basically over, barring some sort of miracle.
Number 9, Jeremy Grant.
And it's the Blazers with the ball. They trail by 6. Pass to Klingon. Outside Sharp. Gets the 3 to fall. Sharp's got 6.
And everybody wants to see what kind of range Sharp has. Looks like the NBA three-point line won't be a problem for him.
Now here's Hart, a reliable offensive contributor, putting up almost 14 a game. Anunoby passes to Hart. Over Grant. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Knicks lead, 19-14.
Optia with it. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Sacramento.
Look, he kept finding ways to get to the free throw line. He knew the other team couldn't stop him, so he just continued to punish them at the line.
Now here's Grant, a steady force on their offense, recording around 14 and a half a game. Here's Towns, 2 shots, 2 makes, off to a good start.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
21-14.
Blazers trail by 7. And here's Simons outside. And Anunoby pulls it down.
And so far, they've had the advantage on the boards.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
They're really working the paint now.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And a new group getting ready for Portland.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. OG Anunoby at the line.
And that one misses. Well, Stan, he was a 5-time All-Star. Chauncey Billups, just 1 year as an assistant before becoming a head coach.
Yeah, but Brian, Chauncey Billups was a guy that even when he was a player and then as a broadcaster, always thought like a head coach.
Portland shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And the first one at the line is good. And the Blazers making a change here. Manea's checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. 1:21 left in the first quarter. Bridges misses.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look, just couldn't find the mark.
Manea's shot is off. New York leading by 8. Towns outside. Sinks it from distance. Towns has got 7 points.
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there right now.
26-15.
Here's Benton, hounded by Wright. Benton can't get it to go.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Pass to Bridges. Outside Anunoby. Now here's Wright. He puts up a 3. Rebounded by Kamari. Blazers trail by 11. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Manea, hounded by Wright. Here's Banton. Pass to Kamari. It's tipped. Here's Anunoby. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
And so it's OG Anunoby making things happen for the Knicks. He had solid production this quarter with scoring and rebounding. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. All right, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Knicks team out there.
You know, they've been relentless in how they attack the paint.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
They've got DeLon Wright. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's Hart in at the 3. That's the group for New York starting the second.
All talent there from Bridges.
So it's Portland now, after the basket by New York on the other end. Here's Benton. Pass to Thibault. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Reith, covered by Towns. Misses the layup. Knicks leading by 15. Out to Bridges. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Pulls up at the elbow, and it's New York with another.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. Love it.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Here's Reith, after the basket by New York on the other end. Pass to Kamari. Here's Benton. Over Wright. Towns with a rebound. Towns has got 5 rebounds in the game. Right side, Anunoby. And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach, but when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy. Now here's Bridges. A 17-point lead, their biggest. Outside Anunoby. Back to Hart. Three-pointer, Bridges. And it's Portland with a rebound. This game coming after the loss versus the Kings.
It's always hard to get a win on the road, especially when you show zero energy on the defensive end.
Yeah, when you have a defense that's showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
Right, outside. Outside Anunoby. Shoots over Thibault, and Anunoby gets it to go. Anunoby's got 13.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
It's time for your Knicks center basketball. Keep it up for
Changes here for New York. Achua comes in for Anunoby, and it's Shamet in for Wright. Walker, he's checked in for Portland. Manea comes in for Rupert. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Pass to Benton. Here's Thibault, and he can't get that one. Nice D from Bridges.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Towns looking for an opening. Achua finds Hart. He takes it in. Can't get it to fall. Blazers trail by 16. Here's Manea. The Knicks pull it in. Towns has got rebound number 8 now. Hart passes to Towns. Outside Hart. Back to Shamet. Three-pointer. And he buries his first look.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. Must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Manea. No points yet. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes. And the bucket is good.
Well, they gave him the mid-range. Smart idea to take that one.
Shamet passes to Achua, and here's Bridges to the middle. Pass to Achua, Bridges outside. And that bucket makes him 6 for 10 in the contest.
You gotta enjoy watching Bridges take over. Games like this prove how lethal he can be.
And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Greg.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
And good.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
Here's Shamet. He had 10 points in the win against Milwaukee. And here's Hart. Banton pulls it in. And it's New York with a rebound. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
Yeah, they had a good game plan, executed it well, and they didn't let the crowd affect them.
And he is a force in the paint. Towns is such a huge presence inside for them.
To the left side wing. Here's Reith, covered by Towns. And it's Reith missing. And so it's Hart with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. And after this one, they're at home against Philadelphia. That'll be the second and last game of a quick homestand. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there's so many great players.